Hey guys, it's Buck Tooth Hippie Mom, and I just want to share something with you guys really quick. So, I'm gonna share a story with you really fast. But when I was younger, I was 5 years old when the molestation happened with me, and I was, you know, not telling about it when I should have been. I guess because of fear. But from the age of 5 until I was almost 14, you could pretty much say that I was molested, and it was because, you know, I thought I was taking a bullet for the rest of my family because whatever reason. In my head, I thought that they were going to die, I guess you can assume. Well, when I finally came out about it and everything came blah, 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 whatever, whatever, I just, I was always afraid to be around this man alone. I didn't want no chances of me and him being alone to ever arise. I did whatever I could to try and stay away from that situation. I wouldn't, antagonize, invoke, whatever you want to call it. Well, when I got older and the first chance I had to dip out, like meaning be on my own and not ever have to worry about ever being around that person again, oh man, did I take it. And for the longest time, I just kept it buried. I kept it hidden. I wouldn't let nobody get close to me. I wouldn't allow people to understand certain things. I never even knew the power of forgiveness. But let me tell you, after many, many years, I finally decided I wanted to let certain things go. Well, when I finally hit this treatment center, was learning about domestic violence, abuse in general, and I didn't realize that what any of that was. I never even knew what sexual abuse was. I didn't know what verbal, emotional, mental, physical. I didn't know sexual, any type of abuse that you could think of. I never knew anything about that. That's what it was. Um, well, that was the time when I had decided to write a forgiveness letter, and I had to do it because not only was it for me to get through that part of that treatment plan that I was working with, I also had to do it because it was the Christian thing for me to do. But it was like I had to get it off my heart. I didn't physically tell the man that I was forgiving him. I done it just between me and God. Well, long story short, this man ended up getting I guess the justice that God had promised me. But long story short, I physically forgave this man without even telling him, and that was that. Well, many years later, I've done had my fourth child. He was about almost 2 weeks old, or 2 months old, I mean. Let me rephrase that, 2 months old. When all of a sudden, this man, my step grandfather, had passed away. Okay, well, I didn't think too much about it. Well, 2 weeks after he passed away, my husband never knew the man like that, never knew any of the background behind it. I didn't really never tell him because he just knew that I didn't like him. That's all he knew about it. Well, 2 weeks after this man passed away, dead, like gone, he comes to my husband in his sleep, and he's begging my husband to ask me to forgive him. And he keeps saying that he was sorry for what he had done and that he really wanted me to forgive him. It blew my mind that he even spoke in reverence to anything like that because, mind you, I just told you guys, I've never even spoken a word about it. That's when I had to open up to my husband and tell him the whole fact of the matter, what had went down, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, what the what? Like, it just blew him away. He's like, why didn't you tell me? The thing was, is that I didn't want people to feel bad for me, and I never really want people to ever feel bad for me. But that was my way of understanding that forgiveness, even if you don't see it being right, God wants us to forgive if we want to receive his forgiveness. So in order for me to concept that, I have to see it as you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type situation. So for God to forgive us, we need to forgive the people who wrong us. Because remember, God's going to make it where he's going to have justice, and he will seek out justice for the ones who have been wronged. So even if somebody has wronged you, whether it's a bad influence, whether they have crossed boundaries that they shouldn't have, whether they have lied to you, whether they have harmed you, whether they seek to do nothing but entice you with sin, whatever the case may be for your situation, you're supposed to pray for them and love them. You don't have to stay with them. You don't have to be around them. You don't have to invoke them, entice them, nothing. Just pray for them, love them, and forgive them. Even when you separate yourself from that person, forgive them and pray for them, because with compassion and love, God will show in like kind. And that is a valuable lesson in which I wanted to share with you guys, because I just feel like it's better if somebody hears something like this. Maybe it'll be a different story for somebody else. Maybe somebody will grasp it and say, oh my God, that is something I know of, or somebody I know, blah, blah, blah. But the reason being is that God always has your back. Just pray, keep your faith, and forgive. Because if you want God to forgive you, you have to show forgiveness as well, especially to the people who have wronged you. And that part being said, I forgave Roy. I just didn't physically tell him. But it was essential for me to move forward on my journey. And it was the best thing I felt like I could have done. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I hope that you guys have a great night.